Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming for this dialogue, interaction with ShodhEco team and on the topic of urbanization of Pune with Pune Metro in perspective. I was thinking that metro is such a topic and this event being undertaken in Kothurud area where we find the highest number of commuters of Pune Metro today are originating in Kothurud area. I was expecting large crowd, but unfortunately because of rains, many people have not been able to attend, and I hope your video will reach maximum number of people. But those who have ventured despite this rain, I must thank all of them because it shows your commitment to policy dialogues and discussion on the topics that are relevant and important to us. So thank you for coming in. It is the pleasure of Pune Metro, Maharashtra Metro Rail Corporation to have you all here. We, as a metro, we are not just involved in implementing metro projects, but we are also involved in operating and running the metro services. So on this pretext, since it's a small gathering and to get the best out of this dialogue, I would slightly diverge from the plan of the organizers and would generally ask, what are your expectations from my talk? Since there are many aspirants, many people who want to know about Pune Metro, I'll definitely cover what is Pune Metro and what it does. But as a policy parameter, what is it that you are looking for? If I can get few questions in the upfront, I think I would be able to cover the answers in the talk for the next 40 minutes. So I would just ask you to volunteer any questions that you have in mind, whatever you would like to ask, or even the ShodhEco team, if they have prepared any set questions, if they can share initially, I would take 2 minutes to take these questions. Anybody?
Sir, first of all, actually I am a very senior citizen. On behalf of all the senior citizens, I would like to congratulate metro authorities for extremely good organization, good comforts, and hope this continues long.
Thank you. Any suggestion, any observation? Anybody? Okay, so I will start.
Typically, when we talk of smart cities, actually, it's a question mark that comes. Whether we really need any smart cities because they become often so crowded and peace and everything is lost in the process. So one of the parameters, related parameters, is vehicle density on the road. So metro isn't targeting anything in that direction, like lesser vehicle density.
When will metro project profitable?
When will it be profitable? Do you think that it is unprofitable? I'll just.
The facilities from home to metro station.
Okay.
About that, what plans we have. And
Everybody has some idea of metro. It is no longer like the four blind men and an elephant kind of a story. Everybody has now traveled in metro. I hope everybody sitting here has traveled in metro. Anybody who hasn't, you haven't yet traveled in a metro? So there are two more hands. Wonderful. Have you traveled in a metro?
There are grievances for the parking space, but
Right.
not at different stations.
So parking space.
Youngsters go out to work. They do not have any parking, that is
No at the metro station.
Yeah, at the metro station. That was the biggest grievance.
Okay. So I think these are the right questions that I can start with, and I hope I will try to cover all the answers required for these questions. So first of all, who we are and why metro is what I always, this is how our Pune Metro looks like. It's a beautiful Maha Metro. This is, can anybody recognize what this is? This is Shivaji Nagar station, metro station's entry, and it takes us back into our Chhatrapati Shivaji's era, and we are kind of tried to give some heritage look to our entry structure. Next. So why metro? I think this question is by now very clear, why metro is needed in a city. I would first ask Punekars a general question. Do you think Pune is a metro city? Why Pune is a metro city? Obviously, Pune being a metro city does not get a metro. Metro comes in a city where there are corridors, I mean streets, which are being used by more number of people, and the scientific number given to it is that 10,000 peak hour per direction traffic is plying on some street, some road or some corridor, then that corridor deserves metro. Now metro is what? A mass transit system which is rail based, which has certain type of signaling system, and it is providing people a very safe, secured mode of transport. It is having a carrying capacity starting from the range of 10,000 people to 40,000 people PHPDT. That means I can carry 40,000 persons in peak hour in one direction per hour. This is my carrying capacity. So that's why there were some corridors in Pune city which had reached that level of density. That's why Pune Metro came into being. Now, what is the use of metro? Metro is basically a city where large number of people are coming in to stay, and its size is going beyond 5 million population. So 5 million, have we crossed 5 million? If Pune alone we consider, it is already around 5 million. If Pune, Pimpri Chinchwad combined and the areas adjoining like Hinjewadi and any other PMR region adjoining to Pune, if we consider, we have almost reached 7.5 million population. So we are already a very massive city. We are in top 10 largest cities of our country, and it is no longer Marathi dominated city. Earlier, when I used to be in college in 2000, it was predominantly Marathi speaking. But now we see that since IT technology hub coming, making its center in Pune, lot of influx of migrants from all across the country has increased, and Pune is now really becoming truly a metropolitan city with multicultural, multilingual kind of a population coming and staying here. With this advent, how fast we are growing, anybody knows? Pune is a city which is now growing roughly between 1.2 to 1.5% a year. In a decade, on a denominator of 7.5 million, we are going to rise at 1.5% per year. You can do the math, how many people are going to come in our city every day. Now, if we are going to grow at this pace, imagine what are we going to see in next 30 years. Just take a pause, close your eyes, you can envisage your Pune, and in next 30 years, we are going to have equal size of Pune sitting on the same area in next 30 years. Imagine, can you imagine? Where you are going to have the same amount of Punekars sitting in the same area over you. This is going to be the density of our city. Whether you like it or not, you asked a good question about smart city. It is going to get too congested. It is going to become too difficult to live. It is going to get too difficult to live. Don't get afraid. I am not making a very pessimistic statement. There is a rider. It is going to become too difficult to live unless we do something about it today. And what is it that we are going to do something about it is what we are going to talk about. This whole talk series is nothing but about the interventions that are needed to make life in Pune much more habitable, livable, and acceptable for the people. It is what we are trying to endeavor to make Pune city the most livable city, continue to remain most livable city of our country. With this background, these are the reasons why we bring metros. Obviously, you have read this. I don't want to elaborate what is already written. It saves lot of energy. It saves lot of space. There is very peculiar picture which shows that if there is a corridor which is full of, if imagine Karve Road full of cars, bumper to bumper, when in that situation, between Karishma corner to Karve Putala corner, how many cars can be accommodated? Say maybe 400 cars and two-wheelers can be accommodated. How many people it must be carrying? At the max around 800 to 900 people. Imagine bumper to bumper, I feel buses in the same corridor. How many more people will be carried in that space? It will carry roughly around 2000 people. If I put bumper to bumper 3 trains of metro in that same corridor, I'll be able to carry 10,000. Now that's the difference between what metro is and what our current choice of public transport is. In the same space, I am able to create 5 times more capacity to carry people, to take them to their destinations faster. And imagine my earlier narrative that if I am going to have equal amount of people in the same city in 30 years additional same number of vehicles which are already there in the city are going to get added. Already there are 10 million vehicles in Pune and Pune adjoining area. 1 crore vehicles are already there in our city. Imagine you add another 1 crore vehicles in this city in the same time. What will happen to our city and our traffic and our roads? So when I say if it is going to be too congested, it is going to become too difficult to live, and it is going to happen sooner than what we imagine if we don't do anything today. And this is the time that we start doing something about it, and everybody start taking their own share, fair share in the whole process. And this is why we have interventions like metro. Next slide. Now, brief about Maha Metro and Pune Metro. I am going to divide my whole talk in 3 parts. First part is about metro and what we are doing. Second part is about what are the plans of Maha Metro for Pune for future. And finally, we will discuss certain policy questions that are close to us. So up till now, if you look at what is Maha Metro, it was established as Nagpur Metro Rail Corporation. Nagpur Metro got sanctioned before Pune Metro. I was Nagpur Municipal Commissioner at that time when we started promoting Nagpur Metro in 2015. After that came Pune Metro in 2016, and it was decided that Nagpur Metro only will implement Pune Metro. But then that would become really complex if Nagpur Metro runs Pune, and obviously it called for name change and we became Maha Metro then. We became Maharashtra Metro Rail Corporation. Now we run all the possible metro services in Maharashtra outside of Mumbai. So we are now starting with Nagpur Metro. We completed Nagpur Metro Phase 1. Now we are implementing Nagpur Metro Phase 2. We completed partially Pune Metro, and we have started operation on almost 3/4 of the section. We are also operating and maintaining the SIDCO's Navi Mumbai Metro Rail, which is of 11 km. We completed its construction, which was pending incomplete for long period. We completed it and now we are operating it. It's a 11 km stretch. We are also currently implementing certain extension projects of Pune Metro, Nagpur Metro Phase 2. Apart from that, under planning process, the DPRs that are getting prepared are for Nashik Mass Rapid Transit System, Pune Metro Phase 2 additional projects, BG Metro, that is a broad gauge metro as a concept. We are also done the DPR for Warangal Metro, Aurangabad Metro, and Thane Integrated Ring Metro project. These are the projects which are in pipeline. Addition to that, we are also doing a lot of consultancy projects. We are also an implementing agency for NHAI, SIDCO, PWD and NMC. We are also implemented various digital projects for 5D BIM and other things. And we are also involved in developing the property around metro corridor, which makes us profitable and viable during the implementation phase. Next. This is the picture when we actually did the Bhumi Pujan in Pune Metro, and on 23rd December 2016, the Bhumi Pujan was done. Subsequently, when I got transferred as PCMC Municipal Commissioner, I was part of Pune Metro implementation as an invitee director on Pune Metro, and I contributed henceforth the implementation in priority stretch of PCMC. Next. In 2022, on 6th of March, PCMC stretch of Pune Metro was launched by Honorable Prime Minister, and since that day the priority sections, one in PCMC of almost 7 kilometers and another in this area from Vanaj to Garware was launched at the hands of Honorable Prime Minister. Subsequently, last year when 1st of August 2023 we launched the remaining 2 extensions up to Civil Court, and now is the section that is operational. Next. So what is current status of phase 1? Where do we stand? These are the 2 main corridors which are implemented. North-South corridor starting from Pimpri-Chinchwad Municipal Corporation Station, PCMC to Swaret, and East-West corridor which is going from Ramwadi. Ramwadi is near on Nagar Road near Novotel, and Vanaj towards west. So this is the current corridor in which we are operating. We have implemented this corridor from PCMC up to Civil Court. Now the Civil Court station is called District Court. Vanaj to Ramwadi corridor is fully operational. The only stretch that is remaining is from District Court Metro Station to Swaret, which is underground. This dotted line section is an underground section which is starting from Shivaji Nagar Metro Station, and we have 5 stations which are underground. One good thing that I must bring to your notice is that what is between Budwarpet and District Court? Any famous peculiar landmark you can imagine? River, which is currently flooded. Everybody must have seen good photographs and videos of today's river flood. Our metro is passing underneath the river. So we became the first metro in India to pass under the river. Kolkata Metro has also done the same under Hubli, but this is one kind of a technological feat that we have achieved to pass under the river, and that's why we have District Court Metro Station as one of the deepest metro stations of India. It is almost 30 meters deep under the crust. So when you go and board metro at District Court Metro Station or do the interchange there, you are almost 30 meters down under the crust. Next. The sections that are open are, I have already explained. The Reach 4, that is the final stretch between District Court to Swaret underground of 3.62 kilometers is in the final stages of testing, and it will soon get inaugurated. When this stretch opens, you can imagine the entire people coming from Pimpri-Chinchwad all the way up to Swaret and back and anywhere moving is going to be the real game changer, because the entire old city of Pune and the Pet are going to get opened up and accessible by the metro. Imagine you traveling to Monday to buy bhaji every day, every morning, and you will take metro to do that, because nowadays people originally belonging to Sadashiv Pet or Shukrawar Pet or Narayan Pet have moved to Kothurud and they have forgotten to go to Mandai. Some of them may still wish to go. This is the stretch which is going to make it possible. Imagine going to Dagdushet Halwai Ganpati Darshan by metro, because metro station is just 100 meters away from Dagdushet Ganpati. These are the landmarks which are going to get accessible for the people of Karvenagar, Kothurud, Vanaz and all these areas. you are going to enjoy this ride going up to the old city. Next. What is happening with current ridership? We started off in the priority sector, as I said, 2 years back. The ridership was around 4,000. It was only joyride that was happening. Not many people used to use it for daily commute. Many people used to enjoy their birthday parties, kitty parties there. Finally, when we launched on 1st of August last year, the meaningful commute has started. Because now, any person who wants to travel longer distance than 6 kilometers, it becomes viable for that person to use metro. So my average distance anybody is traveling on a metro is between 6 to 9 kilometers. This is what, if you want to travel anywhere along the corridor of metro and the distance is more than 6 kilometers, it is easy to make a guess that you can use safely metro and reach there faster if you are traveling in a peak time. This is our ठोकताळा म्हणतात मराठीमध्ये. If ever you want to decide whether to take a cab or self-driven car or go by metro by using last mile connectivity, you want to travel more than 6 to 8 kilometers safely during peak hours, use metro. How? I will tell you later. So this is what happened when we opened on 1st of August last year. The ridership increased up to 50,000 plus on an average. But since we opened the Ramwadi corridor, the last stretch of Bund Garden via Yeravda, Kalyani and Ramwadi corridor, the ridership has actually skyrocketed and now started crossing over 1 lakh per day. The average has now reached almost 87,000 plus, but since July, we are clocking every day over 1 lakh. Now, Pune is one city which is having really quality of life. What is an indicator of quality of life? That we travel equally or more on weekends. Do we? Everybody in Pune travels extra on weekends. My ridership is same on weekends, or sometimes it increases on the weekends, and it is no longer joyriders. It is the people who are visiting their friends, family, relatives, or visiting many places of their interest. These are the people who are taking metro over weekend, and my ridership doesn't drop on weekend. That's a sign of a metro city. In Nagpur, my average weekly ridership is around 90,000, 94, 95,000. Surprisingly, Nagpur has also reached that number. But on weekend in Nagpur, it falls down to 50,000. But in Pune, it remains the same or increases over day to day. Next. What are the unique initiatives that Pune Metro has taken? Can you remember any? Are our stations unique? Have you seen our stations? World over, they say the Stockholm metro stations are the unique most. I have visited Stockholm and I was really mesmerized by the kind of colorful designs that they have done for their underground stations. Singapore metro stations are really monotonous. They don't have any color, no shape. Few things now they have started doing. But our stations in India, in Pune, are one of the best and uniquely designed stations. We have a pagadi in 2 stations. We have unique designs for multiple stations. Parallelly, underground station, we took little longer to complete than expected. Everybody asked me, why did you take longer? So 2 things happened. We are sitting on a basalt. We are passing under the river. Secondly, our stations, especially 2 stations, Mandai and Budhwarpet. Budhwarpet is a misnomer, probably the name will change. It is actually located in Kasbapet. It is constructed on a single shaft. Most of the underground stations are constructed with open cut and cover technology. I get a whole ground of the size of the station. I dig a whole big ditch of that size, and I keep coming. I start constructing from ground up and then close the remaining area. This is how normally the construction of the underground station happens world over. But I didn't have the luxury of space in Pune. I had 2 simple small shafts in Mandai. If anybody has visited Mandai in current times, last 5 years, There was a big market. People used to sit on ground, on roadside, and it was a very congested market. I got only two shafts, north shaft and south shaft, through which I have gone down, and then from below I have constructed the station by excavating it on the sides. So what we have done, we have gone down, and from there we have constructed it laterally underneath, like a burrow digging. It is called as NATM technology. This is a new thing that has happened in India first time. We have used NATM, but NATM is very tedious. I can only construct 1 meter per day by using NATM technology. This is what has happened in construction technology. It's a new Austrian method of tunneling. We also, Vanad's depot, if anybody recollects, what was it earlier? It was Kachra depot. So a very famous term coined by our Honorable Prime Minister is Kachre se Kanchan tak. Anybody has heard? We actually converted the Kachra depot into a depot for our car shed. So the Hillview Vanad's car depot for our rolling stock is now standing on the age-old garbage that we had dumped here. So this is one innovation that we have done. We have also constructed Nurse Stop double-decker flyover, which is now easing lot of traffic in Karve Road area. We have done lot of tree plantation. We continue to do lot of tree plantation. We have already completed rooftop solar power plant generation. We plan to do almost up to 11 megawatt of solar generation, and we plan to become one of the greenest metros in the country. We have launched single one Pune card for commute. We are the first ones in India to launch WhatsApp ticketing. So Pune Metro is doing lot of WhatsApp ticketing. You don't no longer want to buy or stand in queues or use cash. You can book your ticket on WhatsApp. We are the ones who implemented 5D BIM technology for infrastructure monitoring. So these are the new innovations that Pune Metro has done. Next. These are some photographs of the old Kachra depot getting converted into real car shed, car depot. This is the picture, and this is what will stand in future in Vanad. So there is some property development component also envisaged there. Next. These are some innovative pictures for property development that is going to happen. This is how the Swaret station is going to look like. These are the underground cut sections. So this is 3 level below. This is the station level underneath, which is the work is already going on. Nobody sees what is happening underneath. We are already working there. 3 floors we have already got constructed. There are 2 floors of parking on the side, and you are going to see lot of property development, lot of shops, lot of restaurants, lot of hotels, lot of offices on top, and this Swaret is going to get transformed like this. Swaret is across connected to MSRTC Swaret depot. So anybody wants to travel outside, you can just take the metro, get down at Swaret, get connected to the bus depot. So this is multimodal integration. Anywhere you are talking about multimodal integration is one term that we implement. That is going to be the Hillview Car Park Depot, and this is going to be the Civil Court, that is the District Court Interchange Station. Now, District Court is the place in Shivaji Nagar where 3 lines are connected. 2 lines of our metro and the Tata Siemens line, that is Pune Metro line 3, is also getting terminated there. So all the 3 stations are getting connected there. Anybody who wants to travel in these 3 directions or 3 routes will eventually come to District Court Station and do an interchange. So eventually the longer journeys will be done through an interchange. If you have done anywhere travel, you don't have to do only one metro. You get down at interchange station, walk a little, enter into next station, next metro, and go to the new destination. Next. So ridership enhancement is what we have been doing. We have established a multimodal integration and last mile connectivity department, and we are now taking up lot of initiatives for increasing ridership. As I said, we are helping people to easily book tickets. You no longer have to stand in queue in front of the ticket window to book a ticket. You can just, while walking, you can just simply on WhatsApp book your ticket. By the time you are at the station, your QR code is ready, get it scanned, or there is app, use the app and book the ticket anywhere, or there is a very easy ticket vending machine. So by these interventions today, my entire collection, 75% of it is coming from non-cash transactions. Only 25% is cash, and I am aimed to completely wipe off cash in next 1 year. I don't want anybody to carry cash, pay cash. We will find an alternative by which you will be able to make payments. We have also tied up with various operators like PMPML, who operate lot of bus services as feeder services. They are also changing their routes to convert their traditional competing routes as feeder routes into the terminal metro station. So their most profitable bus route was Katraj to Nigdi. Now it is fully competing with our metro alignment. So eventually now this route will get redesigned. It's not that they are going to completely stop that route, but its frequency may reduce, and eventually the route will start feeding into the metro stations. So people will have a faster, more comfortable and safer mode of commute. And you are going to free up the space on the same road corridor. Likewise, we are also working with other feeder services. Private feeders are already working. We are working with auto rickshaw unions, and we are working with them to start the feeder services to the metro stations. We are also working with O-Rickshaw app and Ola, Uber apps to facilitate their booking of services. And finally, we are working with a lot of e-bicycle sharing apps to start some last mile connectivity of bicycle sharing. Next. So these are the pedestrian bridges that we are constructing. Most of the time, I also studied in Pune. I studied in COEP. I have traveled on Jangli Maharaj Road 1,000 times in a year probably. You must have also. Can you imagine what is beyond Jangli Maharaj Road, beyond the river? As a Punekar, while traveling on a Jangli Maharaj Road, we never realize what is there exactly opposite to that. When I first time used metro, I saw that it is very closer to Narayanpet opposite. So right behind Sambhaji Garden, there is Narayanpet. Right behind Deccan, there is part of Sadashivpet and part of Narayanpet. Right opposite to PMC, there is Shanwarpet. And it is just 100 to 200 meters across the river bed, you are in the pet. If I just give them connectivity through the pedestrian crossways, you are going to get connected to the Sadashivpet, Narayanpet, Shanwarpet. So these three pets are going to get connected soon. We have almost completed the Sambhaji Udyan footover bridge. It will get opened in very soon. And then the Deccan footover bridge. Both the structures are very unique structures, which are going to be the next time when the river floods, you are all going to flock there and start watching the river flood from there. Next. These are the views of those pedestrian overbridges connecting the pets. Next. We have launched these feeder services. Today we are operating almost 12 feeder routes, and they are now operating between Ramwadi to Eon, Ramwadi to World Trade Center, Ramwadi to airport. Likewise, there are some feeders on this side from Nurstop, Vanaz. These are the areas from where there are feeders. District Court to adjoining areas up to Swargate, there are feeders. So there are multiple feeders that are operating, and more feeders will come. You asked a question, how to reach metro station. Now there is always an important question of last mile connectivity or first mile connectivity. We will debate on this point a very little, but today you have 3-4 options. Those people who live within 500 meters from the metro station should walk. I won't say must, I will still say should walk. I am a Dombilikar. I'll give you a very simple story. When I was a child of 6-7 years, I gained consciousness, I would say, in terms of travel and other things. Before that, I don't recollect anything. But since 7-8 years, I recollect what my travels would have been. So my aunt used to stay in Andheri, in Lokhandwala, and anytime we are traveling there from Dombivli, my parents would tell me that this is the route, central route, this is the western route. You should by heart which station comes after the other. This is the route that has to be by hearted. So I have by hearted from Karjat Kasara to CST station. I have by hearted everything from Churchgate station to Borivali, Nala Sopara, Virar, everything. Now it is very clear. From our house, 1 kilometer walk to station, buy ticket, Andheri return, enter the fast train or slow train depending on the timing of the day, go up to Dadar. Dadar comes after which station? When that station comes, you have to start walking towards the exit, get down at the station, cross the bridge, cross across to the western side, catch the train going to either Borivali, Andheri or Virar, get down at Andheri station, get out, catch this number of particular bus going to Monjini's cake factory, get down at so and so stop at Lokhandwala estate, from there go in this direction and catch this. This is fed into my memory. Now tell me, if you live in Mayur Colony and you want to go to, no, Anand Nagar is too near. I'm just asking, you live in Mayur Colony and you want to go to Viman Nagar. How will you go? No? Probably 30 people assembled here will answer metro. I bet that 70% people will say take bike, go via Karve Road, don't take Karve Road if it is peak time, go into Law College Road, take the Bhandarkar Road, Bhandarkar, and then go via BMCC, go on this, take the internal gully via Gole Road, and then you will go to PMC. From there you take a left turn via Kamgar Putala, and from that small gully Sangam Chowk, wahan se gully. It's what I will be told. I am confident. Today we have not reached the time where people will simply take a rickshaw or walk up to the Anand Nagar station, get a metro ticket to Ramwadi, get down at Ramwadi station and take a last mile auto to your destination in Viman Nagar. I bet only probably 5 to 7% people would tell me how to see a Pune city landmark via metro. Imagine going to Parvati by using metro. How will you go? You have to take Kasba Ganpati's darshan and you have to go by metro. How will you go? And what will be the other alternative when my Swaret station starts? This is what is going to be the new dialogue that has to start. Everybody thinks I don't have a place to reach my nearest metro station. There is a way. Let's discuss what is that way. This is one way. There is a feeder route which is going. Now PMPML is coming up with its app. You can track the app. You can plan one journey sitting in your home. I want to start from my home, which is the nearest point of alignment. Either it is bus, either it is share auto, or it is pedestrian nearest to the metro. You can start thinking at least in that direction. Next. So lot of rollout of integrated feeder bus services has started. We are also going to launch the integrated app, which is going to make easy for you to plan your journey. Now, what is success of good public transport system in a city? It is not just the availability of various modes of transport. It is eventually whether I am able to offer you a single journey experience, a one journey experience. When I take my motorcycle to go from one place to the other, I have a once journey or single journey experience. That's why I go for motorcycle. It is not that the motorcycle is the most safest. It is not that it is most economical. It is not at all economical. I will discuss this point in detail with you. But we choose it because it is the most convenient to you today. And we are here to offer you even more convenient and safer and much more relaxed mode of transport by mixed multimodal transport of public transport. It is just, we are just starting. But we start thinking about it is what all the Punekars can do today. Next. Multiple routes that we launched. Next. There is an airport route. You must have seen a lot of podcasts and lot of reels of people that they have done airport connectivity. Not many people get down at Ramwadi and use airport feeder. Next. We have also launched share auto services. They are not operational at all stations, but we have already finalized the rates. Now, it's a market-driven force. Wherever there are more number of people traveling in that direction of the station, people are developing share routes. Automatically, Ramwadi to Phoenix, a share auto service has already started. Ramwadi to Eon, automatically people have started sharing. Because now they know that there are more number of people, less number of autos, people will start sharing. Likewise, you start Mayur Colony to Anand Nagar, and automatically in the peak hour, more autos will line up to drop you in share auto system. It is always market driven. Increase the demand, people will start supplying to your need. Next. So these are the sections that we have already opened. We have discussed that. We have already got a sanction of extension up to Nigdi, Bhakti Shakti Chowk. So that work has already started. PCMC to Bhakti Shakti in PCMC. Next. 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 These are the stations, 4 stations that we are planning in that area. Chinchwad station, Nigdi station, Akurdi station and Bhakti Shakti station. These are the 4 stations which are going to get covered in that 4.43 kilometer stretch. Next. Now this is the second portion that I am going to talk about. What are the plans of expansion for Pune Metro? So Pune is massive. We have already implemented this north-south corridor. This is Nigdi to Katraj. Today we have completed up to Swaret. Now the next extension that is going to come and proposed is Swaret to Katraj underground. That's why it is dotted. It is waiting sanction of Government of India. It is just approved by Public Investment Board, and any time the sanction may come. There are certain deliberations going at the Government of India level. Second, that is going to be is between Vanaj to Chandani Chowk and Ramwadi to Vithalwadi via Bagoli. So this is a natural extension of the existing corridor. One extension already approved. This is under process, and this also has gone to Government of India, but PIB is yet to happen. So these are the 2 extensions which will come soon. This line Hinjawadi to Shivaji Nagar is already in the process. Next year, by September 25 or December latest, they should be able to open. So these are the first lines which are going to come in picture. Next, we have something called as Comprehensive Mobility Plan. The Comprehensive Mobility Plan was completed 5 years ago in 2018. We are in the process of updating it. It is now going to expand more lines. Now what are these lines that are going to be? I have already spoken about this line. There is another line that is proposed starting from Khadakwasla via Simhagad Road. The entire massive new residential that has come upon Simhagad Road is going to get catered by this route. It will come up to Swargate via Swargate to Hadapsar. So you have an interchange station now at Swargate. Anybody wants to come inside and go here or there, they will have to come up to Swargate, change the lines. So a lot of interchange is going to happen. Via Swargate, Hadapsar to Kharadi connector towards Nagar Road, and then extension going up to Loni Kalbor and Saswat. Plus, there are new lines also getting proposed in Pimpri Chinchwad area like Nigdi to Mukai Chowk, from Mukai Chowk along the bypass up to Wakad, from Wakad to Kokde Chowk, Nashik Fata hote hue Chakad. So people are going to get lot of lines across the Pune. So this is what is the proposed tentative plan of expansion. There may be some more lines in the current CMP. We are taking lot of responses, lot of studies are happening. As I said, we are studying the PHPDT on various corridors, and as per that PHPDT where it is found to be more than 10,000, we will start proposing the metro corridor. eventually every Punekar will have a metro station within 3 to 5 kilometers of your house. In next 10 years, as I said, if you don't want city to get congested, you have to have a mass transit corridor within 3 kilometers. Barcelona city is the densest city in the world. We think that our cities are the densest cities in the world. I would say Barcelona or Hong Kong or some parts of Singapore are the densest in the world. Yet there is no congestion on the street. It's because 75% to 80% of the people use mass transit systems. There are no cars. The cities are no longer designed for cars. Cities are designed for people. We have to design our cities for people. That is the crux. Why we start today, the things will become livable here. Where people are, we have to make it livable. I can't say go to Dapoli and live because Dapoli is much more livable. I always wonder I should go back to my ancestral place. But I can't. Whatever I may say. I'm being honest. I have tried. My parents, my family members, everybody dreams of going back to our ancestral town and doing farming and settling down. It is not going to happen. Let's be honest. We have to make our life livable here. And how? This is the way. Next. So this is what is planned up to Katraj. Next. These are the lines that are planned. I have already explained. Go ahead. Wait. Now the third part. Now 4 important questions of policy. With a perspective of metro. I am not going to talk about everything. I can talk about anything. Now I am a Punekar for last almost 6-7 years. But I will concentrate on metro. The question is, developing transit is important or transit oriented development is important? What should we do? Now a lot of people are, do you understand the difference between the two? Any student of planning, urbanization? Transit oriented should be there. But can we do it today? How can we do it? Our city is already developed. We didn't plan. So there is a very famous image. Anytime you can Google Berlin Metro at its inception. It's a 1907 probably picture. Very famous picture. An entry structure only is visible on an open blank field. Empty field. Nobody living anywhere, no establishment anywhere. Entry structure of Berlin Metro is there. There is a station underground. Whole Berlin Metro section was designed green field. Nobody was living on top of it. Nobody asked them a question why it is unprofitable. Nobody asked. Why? Why nobody asked that question? Because their planning methodology is transit oriented. If people are going to come, I am sure that people are going to come here. For that you have to be visionary. If we would have been visionary, I would have said, I would have had a metro in 2000. We missed the bus. Or rather we missed the metro. That time it was such a beautiful city that we thought, why do we need a metro? I can reach anywhere in this city in 20 minutes on my two-wheeler. But we never envisaged that this city will grow so much that I won't have time or place to walk or to travel on this corridor. I have traveled very fast on my two-wheeler on Jangli Maharaj Road. Now that's like a dream. I recollect speeding after Mahabaleshwar Hotel on Banner Road up to Sadanand Hotel because there was nothing in between. That was 2000. And suddenly IT came and then the entire area is now, you can't recognize that area. We are talking 20 years ago. I was municipal commissioner in PCMC and I developed roads of Wakad. Now, the day I joined in PCMC was 2017 April, and the day I left was in February 21, 4 years. If I only see the Google Earth timeline of Wakad, I see the densification of Wakad from 350 to 900. That is what I have done just by developing the area. You can imagine that is the same thing is happening in all parts of Pune. Probably you had my father being a Mumbaikar invested way back in Dhairi for one small plot. I can't recognize where it is now. Probably it is already encroached by somebody. So the question is, now we have already missed this bus. Transit-oriented development is not possible. Or is it? The question lies, lot of you are planners. There is a redevelopment plan happening in city. Everybody sitting in this area, starting from Mahatma Society to Sadashivpet, everywhere, everybody is now thinking of redevelopment. Someday my property will get redeveloped. And I don't have to pay anything, I will get extra 300 square feet. But if you want to do that, what is the value creation? Why would somebody invest in your property? So redevelopment planning is going to be on the basis of transit-oriented development. The whole FSI regime is going to start thinking about densifying the mass transit corridors. So if I am living within 500 meters, I expect more and more people to live there of the mass transit corridor, so that they don't have to buy or invest in a vehicle. The affordable housing shall come on the mass transit corridor. Eventually, I will have to, or any planner will have to think of moving people, not moving cars. I have to concentrate on moving people, how people are able to move. We have been talking in COVID time that work from home will stop people's movement. Surprisingly, we have taken a reverse trend and everybody wants to go out of house. And our mobility has expanded after 1 year lull. No longer nobody wants to work from home. One day in a week they would love, because then they can do a lot of errands. But it is not going to come, at least for next 10 years. 10 years we are going to move more, and we are going to travel more than 9 kilometers per day. Anybody who is traveling anything more than 9 kilometers is going to use mass transit. And hence TOD is the solution. You start, accept it or not, this is the way it is going to be. If you are in the TOD zone, start thinking of densifying, making it more attractive for the people to come there and use mass transit corridor. Next question. What is the next issue? How to strengthen public transport? How many buses Pune requires? Roughly 5,000 buses. Every 1 lakh population, I need around 40 buses. What is the norm? So if I have 80 lakh population or 1 crore population, I presume, I will require 4,000 buses. So 4,000 buses, how many do I have? If I calculate PMPML, they are almost 1900. And if I calculate company buses which are plying, school buses that are plying, another maybe 300. Overall, I have roughly around 2,400 buses in the city. I am short of roughly 2,000 buses. Immediately, I need 1,000 buses. Now, is Pune and PCMC people willing to pay for it? This is a question that you have to answer. I can't answer for you. How to fund it? Eventually, it is funding has to come from somebody. You are the taxpayers. You are going to invest that money through paying of your taxes. But unless that number of buses come and operation of those happen, the realization of quality of life in congested scenario is not going to happen. Why? I am just giving you one number. Everybody has heard of London Underground, London transport system. It is considered as the role model for the world. If 1 crore people take trips in London city, can you imagine how much London Underground must be carrying out of those 1 crore? In terms of percentage, how many? 70%? Any other guess?
50%.
Huh? 50%? In reality, London Underground carries 15% of the total trips, which is the highest that carries the people in London. 45% people use buses in London city, and their mainstay is buses. Now my question to Punekars is, are you willing to ride the bus? And everybody sitting in this room will say no. Right? Anybody uses bus here? Sometimes. Daily? How is your experience?
Stressful.
Stressful. Why is it stressful?
Because of traffic congestion, lot of
No,
noise.
traffic congestion and bus inside doesn't matter.
Lot of noise.
It's unsafe.
Crowd.
Okay, so you are applying your mind to the process. You are not applying your sense. You have to answer by your sense. Why it is uncomfortable or stressful? It will be stressful if it is too crowded. But if you sit in an air-conditioned bus, grab a window seat and sleep all the way, it is very comfortable. Isn't it? It is a perception. Eventually, the stressfulness comes from crowd. If women are traveling and they fear getting groped in the crowd, it's a stressful experience. If people are getting trampled upon, too much of rush, too much of waiting period, then it is a stress. But then this is what is the question all Punekars will have to answer eventually. Are you willing to ride the bus? We have to start demanding better quality bus. You have to push me to create better service. It has to be clean. It has to be punctual. It has to be on time. It has to be available every time, dependably. It should not that suddenly the route got cancelled. I have to keep on waiting for 20 minutes. If there is a schedule, it has to stick to the schedule. And these are your rights and we have to demand them. You have to ask me why I don't have buses. Sir has asked me a question, how do I reach my nearest metro station? I have to walk. If I can't walk, I have to take bus. And it has to be available within 50 meters of my house. If not bus, something else. And that is what we endeavor to create. Is feeder service available? I have already explained. It is not available fully. I have to create. I am going to create. This is what we intend to do at Pune Metro. Next. What is the last mile connectivity? As I have already explained, I am not going to ponder too much on this. But one question. I am a Mumbaikar. I am proud to be an original Mumbaikar. Why? You have all traveled to Mumbai. How is Mumbai atmosphere? Humid. No Punekar likes Mumbai atmosphere. But average Mumbaikar walks 3 times more than average Punekar. Why do they walk?
No choice.
That's one answer. But Mumbai attracts more number of people than Pune does. It is more livable than Pune. It is more attractive than Pune. What is it that attracts Mumbai? Opportunities, speed, money. Biggest attractor of Mumbai is what? Money. It has more wealth than Pune. It is 10 times more wealthier than Pune. You aspire, all the young people here aspire to go to Mumbai. I will come to Pune in weekend. Like I think I go to Dapoli on weekend. Likewise, everybody should aspire. Why not be in Mumbai? In Mumbai, 60% people travel by public transport. In Pune, only 15% travel by public transport. Probably metro has increased by another 3%. I am never going to carry more than 15% of total transport. If Pune Metro has to be successful, you will have to learn to take last mile connectivity either by bus, share auto, or any other mode of transport and focus on walking. I'm not here to preach you. I'm just giving you what is going to happen. You agree or not. And then I can debate to any doctor here. You can always teach people on benefits of walking. It will make you healthier, it will make you breathe fresh air and all those things. But out of no option, you have to walk. I am saying that eventually all other mixed one journey experience will come out of multiple modes. Either now I saw, just now I came by metro and there was one young chap who was going from Pet to play indoor cricket somewhere near stop, and he was on his bicycle. He entered on a bicycle, he parked his bicycle on the side, went out of bicycle, took the bicycle to his class. My nephew Amol is here. How far he has been going to classes by taking his Amol left over. But since when he is going? Last 2 years he is in 8th standard, 9th standard, and he stays near Dandekar Bridge. From there he comes by cycle to probably Narstop or Garware and then goes to his class every day. I never knew this. There are so many success stories of Pune Metro. People are doing this. Finally, are you willing to cycle? Pune is the first city which developed public bicycle sharing plan. And Pune is the first city which is now almost bundling it down. Where are bicycle sharing? We are innovative, we have to sustain it too. I say it can be still improved. It can still be implemented. We did it with the help of private. Now market will survive where there is money. But there is need. Everybody knows that there is need. Now it is more than ever. But we have to make it safe. And we will have to work with PMC, PCMC to make it safer for cyclists. We can make it safe, but we have to be ready to cycle. Next. One question, parking. Yeah, I had anticipated all the questions right. All 4 sides on all 4 questions. Now what is the parking? My simple question to you, is parking a right? Do you think parking is a right? Pani is a right, food is a right, shelter is a right, education is a right, breathing fresh air is a right.
It's not actually a right, but it brings convenience.
It means convenience, but do you pay for all other conveniences? Why don't you pay for parking? No, Pune has never accepted paid parking. Pune Corporation, everybody has been trying to pass parking policy and pay on-street parking to be paid. We have not been able to do it. Only cantonment does it. MG Road, you go and you pay 20 rupees or 50 rupees. And you don't mind that. We crib. Hey, ye kahan, kaun aa gayi? How many of you have travelled on Law College? Have you parked any time on Kanchan Galli? Do you pay anything there? Not in Kanchan Galli. On Damle Path, do you pay? Why do you pay on Damle Path and don't pay on Kanchan Galli? Private has given them a right and we don't crib. And if PMC collects, we will all start cribbing. Won't we? What is the potential of Pune Corporation if they start collecting parking charges at its actual rate on main roads which are wider than 18 meter, they will be able to fund at least 500 crores a year. And it has got a potential of becoming the highest revenue earner for Pune city over property tax if we charge it correctly. It can fund any type of public transport. I have done my math. You can do it. This is a policy stage. You can take up the challenge how much money they will make. And there will not be a dearth of quality buses, quality public transport, affordable rate starting from your house till the point of destination. But we don't think. We only think of my own convenience. I have never factored in the cost of parking in the decision when I decided to buy a vehicle. When I decided to buy a vehicle, I thought three things: cost, EMI, and at the max, average that it gives. But what we have done to our city, if there are 60% people living below average earning, which they do in our cities, anytime a young boy passing out of college, getting into first job, the job that he is getting is not going to pay him or her more than 15,000 rupees, is yet made to invest 1 lakh rupees in a purchase of a bike to commute to his or her own office space. Why are we making our citizens invest 1 lakh rupees at the beginning when they are poor? They are not going to earn more than 2 lakh per annum. Half year's salary is being invested upfront just to commute. Which city does that to your people? I am selling 750 bikes every day in Pune. And are they going into rich people's houses? They are going in poor people's houses. That's what we are doing. And this is what we have to think collectively. I think I am going to stop here. I have taken your questions. I have predicted them correctly. I have predicted what we are going to see in future in Pune. And we have to actually start thinking collectively towards it. But Pune Metro is here. Pune Metro is here to stay. It is going to expand. It is going to create connectivity within 3 kilometers of your house, eventually over next 10 to 12 years, whatever time it takes. But eventually we will have to walk. We will have to take the last mile connectivity either through walk, bicycle, shared auto rickshaw, feeder service, or somehow airdrop into the metro station to make it sustainable. Our city is going to be the most livable city as it is today. We are all very good at art, craft, literature, debate, sports, everything we do, music, culture. And to enjoy all of that, we need to have that peace of mind. And that will only come if we have good public transport. And Pune, I have hopes, because Pune is a city which has a lot of population which is conscious of its rights, parallelly of its own responsibilities. So we need to create lower carbon footprint of our own existence in future. If we do that, probably we'll make the better city for our next generations to come. Thank you.